All right, so the next step we're going to need to do is add the depth of field effect. And this is our last step, okay? So I've gone ahead and merged all my layers in Procreate and brought it into Photoshop as a PNG so that I can keep the nice high quality, image quality. And I have the blur tool selected. Now the reason we're doing this in Photoshop instead of Procreate is because Procreate, depending on how big your file is or how large your canvas size is, it can really put a strain on your iPad or whatever it is you're using, and it tends to not come out very smooth. So I think Photoshop has more power for this type of thing. It tends to work better. So what we're going to be doing, first we need to pick a focal point. And for that, I'm going to pick about right here, this area of his face, okay, and his head, neck area. That's where the most detail is. That's where I want everyone to look. And this is going to be the area that's in focus. Now, everything that moves further away in space from this area, either back away from the viewer or closer towards the viewer, is going to be more and more out of focus. So, for example, let's start with his horns here. The tip of his horns will just barely be out of focus because they're getting ever so slightly further away from where that focal point is. Okay, so we slowly do that. This arm back here is a good example. This is going to be out of focus. The log. And you can see now why earlier we didn't have to worry so much about putting so much detail in, because we knew that later down the line it was just going to be sort of blurred out. Okay. Let's do his wings. This back wing out here is going to be way farther back, so it's really going to be pushed out of focus. And if you need to, you can turn the strength up a little bit. I want it to be even blurrier back here. Oops, we didn't want to grab that much though. Let's bring the brush size down just a little bit. And we'll need to, make sure that we don't pull too much. Okay. All right, now we can do, now go ahead and bring the strength down a little bit now. The swing back here, we can push out of focus. The log back here, as well as his backside. It's part of his leg, his tail, and I think that looks about good as far as the blur effect goes. I think you don't want to get it too much more than that. Some areas over here I think we can blur out a little bit more. You can see it makes it look like it's being taken with a photograph, and some parts are just sort of out of focus, which is exactly what the look we're going for. All right, so that's it for this lecture. You guys have finally completed it. With practice, hopefully you can get it looking to a level that you're happy with, and just keep trying. You know, practice makes perfect. It's a tough technique to master. It takes a lot of hard work, but I'm certain if you work hard, you can get there. So I'll see you guys in the next lecture.